Picture this. Lagos, 5:47 a.m. A tailor named Mark is staring at a fabric he cannot afford to ruin because it's the only bold he has left, and in 6 hours, a client is coming to collect a senator outfit that Mark has not finished because he ripped the first attempt at 2 a.m. and swore out loud in front of his sleeping wife that senator wear was finished, outdated, over. 6 hours later, that same outfit would end up on a stage he never imagined. Stay with me because this story is wild, and by the end of it, you'll understand exactly why senator design in 2026 is not just trending, it's taking over the world. Welcome back to Fashion Style Home, your home for elegant, timeless African fashion. Before we go further, do me a favor, tap that like button right now, and drop a comment telling me where you're watching from. I read every single one. And trust me, today's story deserves your voice in the comments. Now, let's rewind a little bit, because you need to understand what almost made Mark quit. For the last 2 years, Mark had watched younger tailors chase trendy streetwear, mixing hoodies with ankara, abandoning the sharp collars and structured elegance of senator wear because clients kept saying the same painful thing. Senator is for old men. Ouch. Business slowed. Rent piled up. And one rainy Tuesday night, Mark almost sold his sewing machine. But here's the twist nobody saw coming. The very week Mark almost gave up, something was happening thousands of miles away in Paris. A stylist for a rising Afrobeats crossover artist was scrolling through Instagram at 3 a.m., looking for something different, something nobody in Western fashion has ever seen, and stumbled onto a grainy video of Mark's own designs. Not the safe ones. The bold, sharp-shouldered, richly embroidered senator pieces he almost stopped making. That stylist sent one message. "Can you make this in 3 days?" Mark almost didn't reply. He thought it was a scam. His wife told him, "What if it's not?" And that single would have changed everything. This right here, is exactly why senator wear is exploding globally in 2026. It's not just fabric and thread. It's identity, pride, and craftsmanship colliding with a world that's finally hungry for something authentic. From the streets of Lagos to runways in Paris and New York, African fashion has stopped knocking on the door of global style. It's kicked the door open and pulled up a chair. And senator wear specifically? It's leading the charge. Sleek, tailored cuts, regal embroidery, a silhouette that says, "I didn't just get dressed, I made a statement." In 2026, we're seeing senator designs reimagined with unexpected color blocking, statement collars, and even gender-fluid tailoring that younger African designers are boldly experimenting with, something that would have been unthinkable even 5 years ago. But back to Mark, because here's where the tension really kicks in. He agreed to the job. 3 days, 1 fabric, 0 room for error. And on day 2, disaster. A power outage wiped out 12 hours of embroidery work stored on a machine with no backup. Mark sat on his workshop floor at midnight, exhausted, staring at ruined thread, convinced this was the universe telling him to give up on senator wear for good. His wife walked in, looked at the mess, and said something that fashion lovers everywhere need to hear. Senator wear has survived colonialism, survived independence, survived every fashion trend that tried to bury it. It will survive one power outage. She picked up a needle. They worked till sunrise. Together. Now, quick pause. If a story like this is giving you chills or reminding you of your own grandmother's tailor shop, your own uncle's wedding agbada, your own Owambe memories, comment below and tell me. This is why we do these videos. Fashion isn't just cloth. It's memory. It's family. It's survival. Back to Mark. The outfit was finished at 6 a.m., 1 hour before pickup. Sharp black senator design, subtle gray embroidery inspired by Kamasi textile patterns, tailored so precisely it looked sculpted rather than sewn. The stylist picked it up, barely said a word, and flew out that afternoon. 2 weeks passed. Silence. Mark assumed the worst, that it wasn't good enough, that Western fashion had once again looked at African craftsmanship and moved on. Then the twist nobody, and I mean nobody, predicted. The Afrobeats artist wore that exact senator design on an international award stage, live, broadcast to millions. Overnight, Nigerian senator suit became a trending search term across 3 continents. International fashion blogs that had never once mentioned senator were suddenly asking, why didn't we know about this sooner? Mark went from almost selling his sewing machine to receiving order requests from Atlanta, London, and Johannesburg within 72 hours. This is 2026's biggest fashion truth. African design, especially senator wear, isn't chasing global fashion trends anymore. Global fashion is chasing us. And here's why the world genuinely needs to embrace it. Not as a favor to Africa, but because it's simply smarter, richer fashion. First, cultural depth. Every stitch in a senator design tells a story, a lineage, sometimes literally passed down from a grandfather's tailoring notebook. Mainstream fashion is often designed by committee. Senator wear is designed by memory. Second, originality in a world drowning in sameness. Western fast fashion repeats itself season after season. Senator wear, especially the bold reinventions we're seeing in 2026, is unpredictable, textured, and impossible to mistake for anything else on earth. Third, genuine craftsmanship and sustainability. Many designers behind this movement, tailors like Mark included, hand-finish garments, source locally, and produce in small batches. Not mass-produced fast fashion destined for landfill, but pieces meant to last decades, sometimes generations. Mark's story isn't rare, by the way. It's happening right now. In workshops across Lagos, Accra, Abuja, and Kumasi, where tailors were almost forgotten, are suddenly the most requested names in global fashion circles. That's not luck. That's culture finally being seen at full value. So here's my question for you, and I actually want an answer in the comments. If you had to describe 2020's XS Senator wear revolution in exactly 3 words, what would they be? I'll pick my favorites and read them out in our next video. Before we wrap up, if this story moved you even a little, hit that like button right now. It genuinely helps this channel keep telling stories like Mark's instead of them getting lost. And if you haven't already, subscribe to Fashion Style Home, because we have another jaw-dropping collection story coming very soon. And trust me, this next one has an even bigger twist. Share this video with someone who still thinks senator wear is for old men, because clearly, in 2026, the world disagrees. Until next time, stay stylish, stay proud, and always celebrate the beauty of African culture in everything you wear. This is Fashion Style Home, and we'll see you in the next one.